Hello, Catalysts. How are you doing today? It's so good to fellowship with you. I would love to speak on the importance of note taking as we are about to embark on the journey into progress. Have you noticed that the average person does not take notes or keep notes or track notes? And that could be one of the reasons why they're still average because a man who is going to be successful, a man who is successful must be somebody who is able to track his progress, who is able to document important moments, who is able to reference the moments that were documented, and who does not trust everything to his brain. We have high capacity brains, quite all right. We have intelligent brains, but we cannot trust our brains to respond to our needs when we need them all the time. So rather than trusting your memory with important things, why not begin to take notes? Why not begin to write things down? Once you make an habit of it, it's going to become second nature to you and you won't even imagine your life without doing it. Why am I explaining or speaking on the importance of note taking? Is that in this journey, you must have a note. You must have a journal. You must have somewhere you are penning down your progress. You must have something you're using to track what you're doing. You must have somewhere that once a thought comes to your mind, once an idea comes to you, you're not going to say, I'll remember later. We're not going to take anything to chance because if we are going to grow, if we're going to make progress, that means we are aware that God will be sending ideas to us. That means that we are aware that God will be giving us instructions. And one of the ways to become faithful stewards of those instructions is first to write it down. Write it down and make it plain so that you can run by it. So I'm not saying that open up a diary where you document your entire 24 hours. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that right now, as you're studying your Bible, you take notes. You are in church listening to sermon, you take notes. You are thinking, you're just running to your day. Something random came to your mind, take notes. You slept at night, you had a dream, take notes. We are going to be doing certain things consistently. You're going to be taking notes of your actions on a daily basis. Oh, did I do it so well today? What do I need to improve upon? What steps do I need to take to ensure that what happened yesterday will not happen today? It's not just about taking notes. It's about being accountable first to yourself. Being accountable first to God. So, I will be asking for your notes. I will be asking for the things you've taken down in this journey. And so, if you don't have a specialized journal for Catalyst Experience, will you please go and get one before we begin? And you may have one for different purposes. Okay, one for Bible study, one to track your prayer life, what God speaks to you for your dreams. But let's start with one first. Let's start with one. If you have one already, honor it. Honor it so greatly. Understand that if you are able to take things down, you'll be able to take something away. So, in this journey, taking notes is very important. Taking notes is very important. You need to be able to sit with yourself for at least 5 minutes every day to ask this goal that I've set, how much of it did I accomplish? What did I do differently? What can I do differently later? Like I said, it may not be a hard copy note, but I would advise a hard copy note because when you put pen to paper, your brain engages more and you may be more likely to remember, to recall, and it will have a stronger emotional impact on you when you write because writing can be strenuous, right? But like I said, once you make an habit of it, it will become second nature and you will not even imagine your life without it. So it's one of the habits we're going to develop. Taking notes, stock taking. So for your Bible study, for your personal life, for meal planning, if you're a mom, for for chore planning. So it may be an hard copy notes, it may be an application, it may be your tab, but ensure that you are prepared to write things down. To write what? To write things down. You cannot allow your destiny to go to chance. You should be able to track what God said to you 5 years ago. You should be able to track how far you've come. I remember something that my husband told me last year, March. I didn't remember it. I actually saw it in my journal. And I was like, wait a minute. This was one of the things that prompted me to take so and so action. I didn't remember it. Memory, my current memory is not within my current memory. But I wrote it down, and I'm grateful that I wrote it down. Why we call this the catalyst experience is not just because I was looking for something random. But remember that I had a dream. Now, this is not even me remembering. The dream happened and I wrote it down. That I saw this, I saw it. At the time when I had the dream, it didn't make sense. It made sense to me because I understood what God was saying, but I didn't have any method of applying it. So now that we are in the catalyst experience, I was like, so this was what the dream was pointing to. So imagine that I didn't write it down. I won't have any point of reference to say God is the one leading me on this. To bring this to a close, dear catalysts, you cannot be in the catalyst experience without being somebody who likes to journal, who likes to take note of things. I repeat, I'm not saying you're going to write everything in one day. You're going to start very little with accountability on how you spend your time. By the time you take stock on how you spend your time, you realize that you waste a lot of time. But many of us don't take stock. So this is why we're doing what we're doing. For Bible study, for all aspects of our life, for accounting, for preparing for work and all of that. This is a skill that once you learn it, I called it a skill, not a gift, not a grace. It's something that can be learned. Don't say I'm not the writing type. I'm not always comfortable with how will I be? No, it's a skill that can be learned. I remember that when I started journaling, I started with lists. I started highlighting, oh, today I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. And then it started growing into, let me start writing what I'm grateful for. Then it grew into, let me write what I'm praying about. Then it grew into, okay, let me be taking notes. These were all skills I did not have. I wasn't doing it before. I didn't have this habit before. Then it grew into, I'm studying my Bible. I'm not writing anything down. How am I sure I'm learning? Let me start writing down. I'm reading a book. I'm not writing anything down. Why am I doing this? I started writing down. And right now, when ideas come, I have a journal for it. I have at least, don't don't look at me with that eye. I have at least, let me not exaggerate, I have at least 3 journals, and all of them serve different purposes in my life. Okay, but I'm saying we start from somewhere. We are going to agree first that note taking is important for success. Taking notes is important. Journaling, that's another word to call it, a fine word to call it, is important for success. And it is an habit that can be learned. It may not be second nature to you yet. You may be forcing yourself to do it probably because you are at work or you're a mom and then you have to do meal prep. You may not see the pleasure in it just yet, but let us agree together that we are going to grow on it. I hope that this video greatly blessed you. Please comment under this video that your journal is ready, and then I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye for now.